Live and direct are now listening to the new Flamecast Live. All right, guys, we back at it. Salute, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's weekend went well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at on the globe. So, yeah, man, listen, I wanted to tap back in real quick and you know, since we're celebrating Women's History Month, and I wanted to give some insight on some of the women that inspired me as far as hip hop is concerned early on when I was coming up. And there wasn't many, you know, because it wasn't too many, you know, but definitely 16 bar salute, 21 scratch salute out to Shy Rock with the funky 4+1. Now I remember them vaguely, right? Because when they came out, that was like 1979, somewhere around in there between the 1970s and 80s. I was like 9 in 1970, 79. I was like 9. But I remember hearing that. Once again, you know, I'm up here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, so things are trickling very slow at the time, right? But we did have Derek the Lyte, DJ D. They was from New York, used to throw these block parties. It was awesome, right in front of Phyllis Wheatley, KMOJ, was in the projects. Actually, I did an interview with Derek the Lyte. You can go back and check. It's called Murgatroyd because I produced a joint. He was on there. But anywho, so Shy Rock, definitely big up. And I see they got block party or some type of thing going on this year. So shout out that way. Next up was after that, because it was early, right? And I remember I was like 10. Run DMC was just coming into the fold. And I think after that was pretty much Salt-N-Pepa. I'm thinking Salt-N-Pepa, MC Lyte, Roxanne Shante, and Queen Latifah. They all hit at the same time for me. Salt-N-Pepa was dope. Definitely inspired me, you know, with who was their producer? And I see they lost their, you know, where the licensing and the rights go back to the artists. I see they lost that court battle. And I forget the producers at the top of my tongue. Hold on, it might be in my notes. I did do some notes earlier, right? He's at the tip of my tongue too. Hold on, guys. You know it's gonna eat me up. Love Bug, Herbie Love Bug. Yeah. Anywho, Salt-N-Pepa definitely when they dropped Push It and all that, because that was around Run DMC, because I was hooked on Run DMC. I was hooked on Tila Rock. But anyway, back to the women. So Salt-N-Pepa and Queen Latifah, because that was like mid-90s, late 80s, mid-90s, because I was stuck on Queen Latifah for a minute. Like those first 2 albums, 3 albums, I was stuck. She had me stuck. MC Lyte had me stuck too. Because I think they brought a different, like their rhyming skills was, I was attracted to that lyrical. They was a little more lyrical, a little more, and their voices too, their voices, at the time, right? Because this is like late 80s, early 90s, other than Roxanne Shante was like early 80s. Shy Rock 2 was like late 70s, early 80s. For me, when I got hip to him, you know what I mean? You are now listening to the new Flamecast Live. But Queen Latifah, definitely, I was on stuck mode. Her first 4 or 5 albums. And then after that, Heather B had that East Coast, and I liked her voice too, man. She was hardcore right there with that All Glocks Down. If Heads Only Knew, yeah, that was. And like I said, I just wanted to give some shout out to my females who be rhyming, at least that I was inspired early on when we talking late 80s, early 90s, because by the time late 90s and 2000 came, it was a wrap in terms of, it was a lot of female MCs doing their thing and putting their grit to it. Heather B though, for sure. But then also in the early 2000s though, Jean Grae, I also salute out to that. Salute out to all of these. 16 bar salute to all of them. But Jean Grae she was dope too, and different abstract lyrical. I gotta throw Bahamadia in there too. Bahamadia from Philly though, yep, she was dope too. She had a different bop too. See, we don't, like I said, we be getting caught up because after Missy, was it? Because Lil Kim came out, it kind of changed the trajectory of Foxy Brown too, right? Because like the sexual thing, and that came into the fold a little bit. So we went from like self-love, self-improvement, know yourself, don't be a bitch, who you calling a hoe, that type of thing, to we went to the opposite, right? Where you can call me a bitch, and that mantra was held up, it just came, with the Lil Kim, the Foxy Browns, and I can't think. My mind is shot, but because I was influenced by that too. We all were. But I think when Missy came, that was a fresher. That was a breath of fresh air right there, right? Because we all listen to what we like, and the sexual stuff is cool. It has its place, but that's, I didn't really get into, or I'm not really into the Megan Thee Stallions and, the Nicki Minaj's, and some of the records were cool, but they're not, as a DJ, they're not in my crate like that. I think I got a few Megan Thee Stallions, and I'm dealing with the edited version, right? Because I don't want to hear all that, but whatever. Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of that, I do like that, and I may be pronouncing her name wrong, Shay Noir. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I'm sorry if I'm slaughtering your name. But I think she's dope too, though. She got a lot of verses with 38 Special. But I like her flow too, because it's different and she rapping different, got a different bop to what she talking about. Right, because it's not a lot, and I just wanted to give a shout out because it's it's Women's Month. It should be Women's Day every day, right? But you know how we do, you know how it goes. But yeah, man, big shout out, Shy Rock for being the first, she took on a lot too. Because sometimes when you first, you don't really get no flowers being the first, right? And it's a constant. You got to keep reminding people. But 21 scratch salute, 16 bar salute out to Shy Rock, man, because it's a given and it's a must, But yeah, man, these are just a few that was like, yeah, women could do this too, Shy Rock, Salt-N-Pepa, Heather B, MC Lyte, Roxanne Shante, Queen Latifah, Jean Grae. It was just some of the early, Missy Eliot for sure, some of the early ones that I was just inspired by, right? And I just wanted to drop in and share my thoughts and give some of the female hip hop contributors, pioneers and founders, and in their own right, salute. Let's go. Yeah. I'm out of here.
Flame Squad official. Cooking up with the Fire God at Flame Squad DJ MC.